Hi, I'm Madhu, founder of Regovix. Every day, HSEQ professionals across Australia sit down to write risk assessments from scratch. It takes hours. And under time pressure, things get missed. I've worked in hazardous waste and dangerous goods compliance long enough to know that the problem isn't people, it's the process. Risk assessment shouldn't be the thing that slows your team down. So we built RiskMatrix Pro. You enter your task, select your industry, and the AI generates a complete, color-coded risk matrix, 12 to 20 hazard rows, with control measures following the hierarchy of controls and residual risk scores in under 2 minutes. It's audit ready, it's printable, and it's built specifically for Australian HSEQ operations. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how it works. Let's get into it.
Let's start at the beginning, the assessment form. At the top, you enter the task or activity topic. Be specific here. The more context you give the AI, the more accurate and useful your risk rows will be. For example, instead of just roofing, we're going to enter working at heights, roof inspection. Next, select your industry from the drop-down. RiskMatrix Pro has been trained across a wide range of Australian industries, from waste management and construction through to utilities and logistics. The industry selection shapes the language, the hazard types, and the control measures the AI generates. Below that, you've got optional fields: site name, site address, assessment date, and the names of your reviewer and approver. These feed directly into the printed document header, so fill them in for any assessment that's going to be used on site or submitted for compliance. Now the good part. Click Generate Risk Assessment. The AI gets to work immediately. You'll see it building out between 12 and 20 risk rows, each one covering a distinct hazard scenario relevant to your task and industry. Watch what it's doing. For each hazard, it's identifying who's at risk, assigning likelihood and severity scores, calculating an initial risk rating, and then recommending control measures, working down through the hierarchy of controls, from elimination through to administrative controls and PPE. Then it recalculates a residual risk score once those controls are applied. For a roof inspection, that might cover falling objects, slips on wet surfaces, heat stress, electrical hazards from overhead lines, and more. The AI casts a wide net so you're not left with gaps. Once generation is complete, you've got a full risk matrix table. Let's walk across the columns. You've got the hazard description, the people affected, the likelihood and severity scores, and the initial risk level, color-coded in red for high, amber for medium, and green for low or negligible. Then comes the control measures column. This is where the real value is. The AI has written detailed, actionable controls following the hierarchy, not generic filler text. And in the final columns, you've got the residual likelihood, residual severity, and the residual risk rating after controls are applied. In a well-controlled environment, you want to see those reds turning amber or green. You should always review each row before use on site. The AI does the heavy lifting, but your HSEQ professional should sense-check the controls against your specific site conditions. When you're happy with the assessment, click Print or Save PDF. Your browser's print dialog opens. Select Save as PDF, and you'll have a fully formatted risk assessment document ready to file, sign off, or attach to a permit to work. The printed output includes your site header, name, address, date, reviewer, approver, followed by the complete risk matrix table. It's designed to look professional and be immediately usable for compliance purposes. Finally, the history feature. Click the history button in the top right corner. Every assessment you've generated is saved automatically. You can scroll back through them, open any past assessment to review it, and reprint it at any time. This is particularly useful when you're repeating similar tasks across multiple sites, or when you need to pull up a previous assessment for a review meeting or incident investigation. And that's RiskMatrix Pro, from blank form to a compliant, color-coded, printable risk assessment in under 2 minutes. Built for HSEQ teams who need to move fast without cutting corners.